I read an article some times ago, and there was something very funny in a statement made by a man. The man said, "We all use our mind, but not with our own thoughts." Wow, I thought about that again and again. He said, "We all use our mind, but not with our own thoughts." That means you may likely be living another man's way of thinking. That means you are not successful today because you are not using your own original thought. I mean, we think alike. We are not supposed to think alike. Somebody dropped a comment, in your spirit, and you pick it. You pick someone's lifestyle. You pick someone's creativity. You pick someone's idea, someone's ideology, whereas you've not been using your own. So for you to succeed in a society like this, you need to be yourself. So I want to ask you this question, that are you using your mind? Then number two, are you using your own thoughts? That means every man is supposed to manufacture his way of thinking. So like the scripture said, that a person's thoughts are like deep water, but someone with insight can draw it out. A person, everybody, you have something inside of you. Your thinking is like deep water inside a well. That means you are a genius. That means you have something so deep. But when you allow the society to come over you, the society will rub on you, and you will get to a level you cannot even help yourself out of that society. Then people now call it general failure. And that's why I used to advise people living in this part of the world to always question everything. Do you get it? You must ask questions. You don't just believe what everybody is saying. You bring out what you have developed within yourself and use it as a question, to ask people. So before you take everyone's ideology, what about your own? And it takes a person of understanding to draw it out. So the question today is that what makes you a person of understanding? It means you need to study your environment. When you study your environment, then you come inside yourself again to check if you have what it takes to actually handle the environment. So it's a person of understanding. You study, you study the environment, then you ask yourself certain questions about life. So today, I want to challenge you. Are you following yourself? Are you following other people? And the advice I will give to you today is that you should bring out what is inside of you. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You've been keeping it and accepting other people's way of living. No. Everybody, because in Proverbs 25, every man is brilliant. Every man is a genius. But it takes a person of understanding to bring that thing out. So you need to trust yourself. Nigeria is like this because you remain like that. Nigeria is like this because you remain like that. The environment, yes. I read an article sometimes ago it was a documentary of a big entrepreneur in the US. And they said the man fulfilled his dream just because he lived in the US. Well, I look at that and I ask myself, okay, if I'm not living in the US, does that mean I'm not going to fulfill my dream? Well, I won't give answer to that. But let me tell you, there is a place, there is another country within your country. And that country is your mind. You are the only one living in that country. All things are possible in that country because nothing can stop you when you are thinking. Can you just imagine now that you want to have lunch in one of the finest restaurants in the world? It may not happen now, but you can think about it. You can think about so many things. You can plan so many things within your heart. So there are good things, but a lot of us are not living in that our heart. We are living on it. So I advise you, live in the heart. Don't live here. Live enough here. When you are coming out to this earth, it does cover that most of the things that people are talking about is not just real. Not that I'm not sensitive to the problems. I'm sensitive to the problems, but I don't allow the problem to come inside here. So whatever that is going on outside the environment, what's going on in our nation, I don't want it to stay here, because here belongs to me alone. So that's why God said, you guide this heart with all diligence, because out of it flows the issues of life. So when I bring what is going on in my country here, this here will only magnify what is going on in the country. So there are two countries. Do you understand? There are two countries, the country of your head and the country of the head, where you stay physically. So if you see anybody leading us extraordinary in our environment, they have practiced the art of living within their mind. They have the understanding. If you are a Nigerian, then I invite you to join me on this channel, because I have something to tell you about this nation. And I think you will need that thing, because it's very, very important to you at a time like this and for a very long time. My name is Timi Afeni.